I have watched many anime series over years, and there is one noticeable trend that is getting more popular, which is the rise of overweight, ugly male protagonists in anime series. Main characters usually have an average build for obvious reasons. Being overweight is looked down upon in Japan, and no one wants to see a fat, ugly guy as main character. That's why for many years, there were no fat male protagonists in anime series. The only one that I saw was the main character from Excel World, and practically no one liked that ugly fat guy. People kept saying, this anime series would be great if it wasn't for the main character. His character design did look out of place, but him being overweight and ugly didn't help either. But besides him, almost every male anime protagonist had an average build. There were anime protagonists that were big boned, but I wouldn't call them fat. But then something just changed in 2021. There was an overweight male protagonist in Mushok Kensei, and in the same year, there was another one in The Fruit of Evolution. Then in 2023, we got I Got Cheat Skill and became unrivaled in Another World 2. The main character in Mushok Kensei has an average build now, but he started off as a fat, ugly loser that had a terrible life before he was lucky enough to get reincarnated into a better body. We saw plenty of flashbacks about his old life as an overweight, ugly guy that had no social life. So, what is going on here? After many years of hardly any overweight, ugly male protagonists, now we're getting them one after another. The answer is pretty obvious. These overweight, ugly male protagonists are being used for wish fulfillment and to make the power fantasy even better. These guys were seen as losers by society, and now they are attractive, gifted with powerful abilities, and are very popular now. Having them be such losers makes seeing them become powerful and popular even more satisfying to watch. It's not a coincidence that this kind of character is becoming more popular, just when isekai anime series have become very popular as well. After all, that is the main purpose of the isekai genre, which is to provide wish fulfillment and to give you a great power fantasy. Just having an average protagonist wasn't enough for wish fulfillment, so these writers had to think of what is the most worthless kind of male protagonist out there, and they obviously came up with overweight, ugly guys. That's how Japan views this kind of character. They see overweight, ugly guys as useless, disgusting trash. It's not a coincidence. Every time there's an anime series with a fat anime protagonist, they always get beaten up and bullied. These main characters get made fun of and beaten up by their classmates often. They're seen as trash. So to see these overweight and ugly protagonists get in great shape, get revenge on their bullies, and have every girl want them is as satisfying as it gets for a wish fulfillment and as a power fantasy. It is basically, you people used to look down on me in disgust, and now I'm on top. That is probably the satisfaction people get from watching this kind of series. So is it a bad thing to have anime protagonists like this? If it's done right, it could work out well. I would say it worked out well in Mushok Kensei, because even though the main character is no longer fat and ugly, he still has to deal with the trauma of his past, and it was a long road he had to take in terms of building up his confidence and being able to say he is happy in life. All of his problems didn't just disappear right away just because he was reincarnated into a much better body. There is still opportunity for great character development. However, I can't say the same thing about the Fruit of Evolution and I Got Cheat Skill and became unrivaled in Another World 2. These guys were given great power and great looks all of a sudden, and now their life is the best. There isn't anything they have to overcome now. Everything always goes their way. If they have everything they could have wanted, there isn't any room for great character developments now. The writing is just so bad in those series. It's like terrible porn acting. I'm sure everyone remembers how bad the anime series I Got Cheat Skill and became unrivaled in Another World 2 was. It was an absolutely terrible anime series. It had villains acting like cliche villains, just to make the viewers hate them, and to make the main character look cool in comparison to them. There was no good motivation, or even a good redemption story. These cliche villains were evil and terrible just for the sake of it. The anime series became very repetitive and predictable. It was just the main character defeating arrogant guys and saving hot girls in the process. It was the same thing over and over. These girls fell for him right away and are desperate to get his attention. The anime series reeks of pandering to people who are desperate for a power fantasy. The anime series is practically screaming, "Look at this fat, ugly protagonist being beaten up. Look at how much of a loser he is. He is going to become buff and attractive, and make everyone look down on him before look like fools. This loser will now have girls all over him." The anime series is trying too hard to be a satisfying power fantasy. In the process, it makes other characters feel either pointless or a generic cliche villain. It makes the girls in the series feel like fangirls that are only trophies that the main character collects. This sort of anime series is why people see power fantasy anime series as trash. It is just so bad. Even though people agree this is trash and terrible writing, I only see the number of fat, ugly male protagonists growing. Isekai anime series are getting more and more popular. Why is it getting more popular if the writing is so bad? I said this before in the video. Some people just want wish fulfillment and to see a great power fantasy. As long as get this, they don't care how generic and bad the writing is. They could watch an overpowered main character show off his powerful abilities over and over and not get bored. A fat, ugly guy is perfect for a power fantasy and for wish fulfillment, because there's nothing more satisfying than seeing a person who people consider to be a loser show off how cool and amazing he is now.